Howdy, my name is Emily Lewis and welcome to my online portfolio. This portfolio really just serves as a reflection of my development throughout my experience within Texas A&M University's Educational Human Resource Development Master's Program. So through this video, I will walk you through my portfolio website. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and click into the About Me page. So a little bit about me. Like I said, my name is Emily Lewis, and I am approaching the completion of my master's degree in human resource development. This will make me a double Aggie. I also received my bachelor's of science in psychology in December of 2018. So I've been in school at A&M for quite some time, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunities afforded me by this institution and especially this program. So I'm originally from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I moved around a little bit throughout my childhood, but I've always considered DFW home. I moved away a few years ago, but I always love to make trips back to visit family. So I moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma 2 years ago to begin teaching 7th grade math through the Teach for America program. So I've gained a lot of development throughout this program through Teach for America and also through my school. And so I'm very thankful for those who have supported me throughout this journey. So within my school, I also serve as an instructional team lead of a team of 9 teachers. I'm the culture committee chair and the site coordinator for our after-school program. So this last year, I was selected as Teacher of the Year for the 2020-2021 school year. So although it was a difficult year, it was also a very rewarding school year. And it provided me a lot of development opportunities. So this is actually a photo of my family surprising me when I won Teacher of the Year in April. So when entering the program, I was just coming off an internship with Trend Micro, which is a cybersecurity company. And I was working with their corporate social responsibility program and really helping them get that program off the ground. So I've always had a passion for promoting social causes through social responsibility programs, nonprofit work, or education. So I always found the missing link between my current skill set and the goals I had for myself was my ability to support the development of others and ability to implement effective organization initiatives that support the development of an organization. So that's really what drew me to this program. So I really sought to gain skills to support my development. So in the future, I could support the development of an organization and the people within that organization. So I kind of jumped full into my development. I entered Teach for America, Education, and the EHRD Master's Program within the same 4-month time period. So I learned a lot throughout this program and was able to implement them into practice as I led my team at my school and as I worked to help develop others. So I'm incredibly grateful for the knowledge base afforded me in this program, and I know that I will continue to use the skills as I continue to step into leadership roles in my school district and in Teach for America. So below this, I included a brief resume or a brief overview of my resume. I provided a voiceover in the main section about all of these things. So I will go ahead and jump to my course development. So I divided my course development into 3 different subsections, foundations, development, and impact, and I will go into each of those, starting with the tab foundations. So these foundations, these following courses were really fundamental in laying the groundwork for my development. They exposed me to theory and how to apply those theories into practice. And they provided my really first introduction into HRD and helped form the way I think and supported me in my future success. So the first of which is Theoretical Foundations in HRD. This course helped me gain a foundational understanding of HRD. It exposed me to the various functions of HRD, including coaching, change management, organization development. And I really learned the overview of what goes into effective HRD programs. So I found that this foundation really enhanced my deeper understanding as I learned them in later courses. So in this course, we analyzed case studies about the various topics of HRD, studied current trends within HRD, and completed a metaphor assignment to demonstrate how HRD components all tie together. So if you would love to read that HRD as a metaphor assignment, you can go ahead and click this little PDF button right here, and that will take you to a PDF copy of that assignment. So the second course within my foundations was career development. So career development was one of the first courses I took at A&M within this program, and it really helped me gain a deeper understanding of the role of career development and coaching within our organizations, and then also exposed me to the theories and practices of career development. So I got a deep exposure to the theories, and also had a lot of assignments involving putting those theories into practice. So I really enjoyed the balance of understanding the theory behind everything, and then also being able to put those into practice and practice putting on interventions or critiquing interventions as well. So in this course, I worked with my team to analyze and conduct dialogue surrounding career development theories, explore and practice coaching, and develop an intervention to implement in the workplace. My group opted to build an intervention around implementing women's mentoring circles within the workplace. So this assignment was very formative experience and helped me get practice in critiquing an intervention approach. So by clicking the button below, you'll have an opportunity to read my team's intervention, critique, and job aid by clicking this little PDF button right here. All right, that concludes the section on my foundations of my development. But now we are going to shift into the development tab. So these courses contributed significantly to my continued growth within the program. They grounded my thoughts and opinions in theory and exposed me to different theories that make effective change, organization development, and training possible in practice. So this first course caught me by surprise. It was one of my electives I took in feminist pedagogy, and this was an utterly transformational experience. I took this in the summer of 2020. So we were in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and also the fight for racial justice. So this was a very timely course. Dr. Rumel used literature and current events and highlighted different perspectives and experiences of individuals. So we researched the various aspects of intersectionality and reflected on its impacts on individuals and also society. Our class engaged in dialogue about making our organizations and communities a more inclusive place. We engaged in deep reflection of our readings, videos, and discussion with peers, and worked to develop a chapter for a feminist pedagogy primer. So each of our groups researched one of the core topics of feminist pedagogy, and our group actually selected media miseducation. And this was all about how the media presents women and how this resulted in education to society about what it means to be a woman. And it is not always accurately or fairly depicted. So if you'd like to read a copy of our Media Miseducation primer, you are welcome to click the icon below. Yes, but I absolutely loved this course. I think I'd been exposed to a lot of the topics in previous courses, but it really brought it all together to understand intersectionality in a full and holistic way. So the next course I took, or I wrote about, is change theory. So change theory really helped me understand how change can effectively take place in organizations. So there's a lot of external and internal factors that impact change initiatives within organizations, but there's many ways we can mitigate these factors. And so I think something we've learned over the last year through the COVID-19 pandemic is that it really modeled that there are a lot of external factors at play, but there are ways to study why these initiatives fail, and studying those allows us to mitigate issues. Even though we're facing something totally new, we do have knowledge and we do have background about what barriers could be in place. So I took this course in spring of 2020, so in hindsight, that was a very timely given the last year forced many organizations to change the models of their organization due to external factors brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. So we saw a lot of real-world examples of change theory happening, and I continue to see the impact of change initiatives as my organization undergoes restructuring. Throughout the course, I relied heavily on my learning community and engaged in weekly reading circles, completed a case study analysis on an organization currently undergoing a change initiative, and conducted a case study over the movie Moneyball. So to access my group's case study on the Oakland A's in the film Moneyball, you can go ahead and click this icon below to access the PDF of that case study. So next, I've written about my experience in adult learning. So adult learning really helped me understand the theories behind effective adult learning programs and the barriers that prevent people from continuously learning. So I've always considered myself a lifelong learner, and I love to support the development of others. So in the future, I would love to be an instructional coach, which involves training and developing teachers to improve their craft. So this course gave me a core foundational knowledge of the adult learning theories that will eventually help me support others' development. So Dr. Alfred designed the course to reflect our own learning experiences and apply the learning theories to our own learning journeys, so both past and present. So I found that applying the theories to my own life, my own learning experiences provided me a deeper understanding of these theories, and I also gained practice in using these theories in the everyday world. So throughout this course, we analyzed our learning journey through the scope of the adult learning theories, conducted a personal learning analysis of our journey of learning something new, and facilitated a class session on some of the learning theories. So my group opted to do an in-depth case study of the critical race theory, postmodernism, and the feminist pedagogy theories, and taught the class about them. So to access this presentation, please click the PDF link below right here. All right, with that, we will go ahead and shift to the impact section of my course development. So these courses deeply impacted my role as a practitioner and allowed me to reflect and change my mindsets on practices. I use the learnings from these classes every day in practice, and they have most notably impacted me and my practice. So the first of which is strategic planning. Strategic is my number one strength on the Clifton Strengths Finder assessment. So I found strategic planning came naturally to me. I regularly set individual and team goals and do progress checks with myself and others through intentional reflection. So although personal strategic planning was familiar to me, this course offered a lot of perspective and knowledge on how to guide teams and organizations strategically. So during this course, we got to work with Texas A&M's Division of Human Resources and Organizational Effectiveness, or HRROE, on their implementation of the Balanced Scorecard. So after a change in leadership, HRROE was restructuring and its organization by redesigning its mission, values, and establishing a new strategy map. So after designing the strategy map, HROE was developing measures for their balanced scorecard. So it was an incredible opportunity to be part of the strategy development and work with such a fantastic client. So I developed my own personal strategic career plan to develop and guide me to reaching my career goals. So to access this strategic career plan, go ahead and click the icon below right here. All right, next we have training and development. Then I took this my first semester at A&M within this program. So, and this was actually the only in-person class I took with the program. So Dr. Wong truly built a classroom community, and I was able to draw on so much knowledge from my peers. She did a brief lecture and discussion each class, and then the remainder of the class would be group scenario-based activities where we'd have to complete the assignment to put whatever theory or topic we discussed into practice. And I learned so much about learning about the theory, but then also having to put it in practice in a way. Even though it was scenario-based, I still learned a lot. So I learned so much about implementing training programs, and particularly the importance of the needs assessment and evaluation portion of the training program. Throughout the course, I honed platform skills on an EHRD professional, presented training strategies, and completed a case study of a training and development program, and developed a training and development program manual and presentation to deliver to our class. So this experience allowed of developing and training program allowed our group to put new training skills into practice. So to read our training manual and presentation, please click the icon below. I frequently use the tools I've gained in this class to facilitate trainings and lead teams within my school. So organizational development. was an outstanding balance of familiarizing ourselves with theories and then implementing those skills we learned throughout the course. So our team partnered with Phillips 66 to investigate their training strategy for employees recently promoted to managerial roles. So we found that they had excellent training programs to help young leaders develop and step into a manager role, but there was still not continued support after being promoted into that position. So we were able to offer ideas for intervention to help better support their managers. So this experience working with Phillips 66 helped me gain a deeper understanding of implementing a needs assessment and using the information gained to offer suggestions for improvement. So the practice here allows me to use theories as a foundation to guide effective OD programs. So to read our Phillips 66 report, you can click the link here below. So OD is something that I'm really passionate about. I work in a turnaround school, so we have a lot of work to do to become an effective and healthy workplace. So I use the strategies learned in this course to help my school by conducting needs assessments and chartering a committee centered on staff culture based on that needs assessment. So, and also suggesting to administration the restructuring of meetings to better support staff collaboration. So it has truly affected my work, and I love being able to use those skills into practice. So using what I've learned, I'm really shaping and developing what my future will look like. So I'm incredibly grateful for the experience and learnings I've gained throughout the EHRD program. At the beginning of the program, I set out to gain experience within the human resource field and gain a deeper understanding of how to implement effective programs within an organization with hopes of working for a nonprofit. Shortly after entering the program, I stepped into the education profession as a middle school math teacher throughout the Teach for America program. I was pleasantly surprised to see how my experience made me a more effective leader, teacher, and team member. As a team leader in a turnaround school, I lean on my education within our program. Within the last 2 years, I've established the team and organizational culture and implemented effective training programs on distance learning strategies. I've also implemented a teacher mentorship program and participated in long and short-term strategic planning to better align our school's actions to our program to our goals. I plan to stay in the classroom for 2 to 3 more years to continue to master my teaching craft and contribute to school culture and lead school programs through my role as team lead and committee chair. After my time in the classroom, I plan to transition to an instructional coach role to facilitate the growth of and coach different teachers, especially those new to the profession. Eventually, I would love to grow into a school administration role, but I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunities afforded me in this master's program. So I look forward to seeing how my learnings and experiences continue to impact my present and future roles. I'm so thankful for my professors and peers for an engaging learning experience, even from a distance. So thank you for your consideration of my portfolio. Thank you, and Kiko. So I've included a way to contact me, and I've also included my contact information in LinkedIn at the bottom of the page. Thank you.